Greetings, my friends. I'm Dr. Duane McKey, president of Adventist World Radio. This last January, before COVID hit, we were in Portland, Oregon at the Sunnyside Church near our Adventist hospital there. A number of our doctors worked there, and one of my close friends, Dr. Arnold Peterson, is the head elder. He had asked us to come and have a mission Sabbath for Adventist World Radio, one of our rallies. And so as we were there, I began sharing some things here in Matthew 24, and this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. I didn't know this, but he and some of his friends in their Sabbath school classes, some of the staff in the hospital, had oftentimes had the discussion with this verse, wondering how on earth is God going to send the good news all around the world? How is it going to work so that the end can come and this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world? Well, at the beginning, I began by sharing that AWR goes where air goes. We had no walls, no borders, no limits. We go where air goes. And then I shared, if you go to the scariest countries on earth, maybe North Korea, or maybe Mindoro or Mindanao, up in the mountains with the rebels, AWR is there. If you go to the highest mountains up in Nepal, AWR is there. If you go to the Amazon, I've been on the Amazon, I've seen the DEA, the drug enforcement officers from the US and also from Brazil, scouting the Amazon looking for drug dealers. AWR is there. All around the world, no matter where you go, Adventist World Radio is there. We're there. God is doing something so exciting. I just heard a story just a few days ago. There is a country, an unnamed country, I can't tell you where, somehow, God has his ways. We have cell phone evangelism when we take our sermons, when we put them on the cell phone. And so we've taken Cammie's sermons. It's thrilling. Unlocking Bible Prophecies, #1 and #2. We've taken the audio and put it on cell phone here in this presidential castle down in this unnamed country. One day, the president stops a young lady who works for him. Actually, she's one of our members, and she's been sending him the files on the cell phone. He got really excited. He said to her, "You keep sending me those files. I'm listening." So here's a president of this country listening to Cammie preach. Can you imagine that? And then the general also, who he's in charge of all the army, and he needs to make strategic moves and things, and so he hires a witch to work in his house to give him advice and counsel as to what to do and what moves to make. It's really funny. As he's listening one day, his witch comes in and she says, "I've been listening too when you're listening, and I need those sermons. I need those thoughts. I need to listen myself." "Why is that?" "Well, when I listen, it brings me peace. And I figured out that Cammie, this lady, who's this blonde-headed lady, when she's speaking, it brings me peace. And I also have figured out she has more power than I do. She's a stronger witch than I am. I need to have those sermons." Can you imagine? I've never thought of Cammie as being a strong witch, but by God's help, through him, because of the Holy Spirit, she does have stronger medicine than the witch doctors of Satan. Isn't that right? We all do. Jesus is coming soon. And it's interesting. Arnold came back to me later and he said, "Duane," he says, "we have figured it out." "What's that?" "Well, we've been reading this text. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come." And I said, "Figured what out, Arnold?" Dr. Peterson said, "We now understand how this gospel of the kingdom is going to be preached through all the world because of Adventist World Radio, and then the end will come." Thank you for what AWR is doing. And thank you, each of you, as supporters of AWR, for your prayers and your continued support. May God bless you.